All right, folks, let's go over a quick summary of the first four seals in the book of Revelation chapter 6. Now, I think this is important, and I'm going to go somewhere because it has something to do with the Netherlands. And yeah, we'll talk about that in just a second. But let's talk about what happens in Revelation chapter 6. First of all, we see the introduction of a totalitarian ruler. He is indeed the final Antichrist. That is represented by the white horse, or the rider of the white horse, in the book of Revelation. And then once totalitarian rule comes through the venue of the final Antichrist, then we see the red horse, which is in essence war. The rider of the red horse represents war. Then we see the rider of the black horse, which represents economic collapse, although there is a notation at the very end of that that says, hey, preserve the oil and the wine. Of course, that is in reference to the ruling class that will not be affected by the collapse of the totalitarian regime's economy. And then that brings us to the final seal in that series of four seals, and that is the pale horse, which is indicative of death. And that is indeed what happens when totalitarian rule starts. When you have somebody who rules with that kind of mechanism, the default process is the war machine, right? It is the military-industrial complex that takes over and ensues war. And as a result of that ensuing of war, there is a blame game that starts. And in that blame game, it literally scapegoats all of the things that the totalitarian rulers are doing to destroy the free market economy. And when the economy is destroyed, the overwhelming majority of those in the ruler class are not bothered by it because their way of living is not affected, and then we see death. Case in point, we just talked about Germany compromising on their safe green principles, right? By basically burning coal to accommodate their energy needs, and of course blaming Russia for the fact that they are burning coal. Now, the Netherlands have followed, and they are now blaming the war machine that they contributed to in order to justify the fact that they are burning coal and doing what they said they should not do. In essence, what is going on is they are contributing to the economic collapse that will ensue as a result of the war machine that they have created. And the reality of it is we are moving very quickly towards the economy of the final Antichrist. And just watch. All of the globalists are going to start doing this. They're going to start berating the principles that they have been setting forth. They're going to walk away from those principles that they've been berating us with so that they can accomplish what they need to in order to continue the purposes of the totalitarian regime, which in essence becomes a one world economy, a literal rule by one person, and a cashless society. And folks, I really don't have to get much into it because you know what Revelation 6 says. You know what Revelation chapter 13 says. Change is a coming. Y'all better get ready. Jesus is coming soon. God bless you guys.